Alright, here we go. Today is Thursday, April 18th, 2018, and this is episode 215 of the Defensive Security Podcast. My name is Logan Marwaha, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Today's topic is banking and cybersecurity, and more specifically, what the best banks are doing right now to protect themselves against cyber attackers. The first thing to keep in mind is that cybersecurity is about risk mitigation, not risk elimination. I was reading an article on this topic the other day, and one quote in particular stuck with me. There's no silver bullet. Even the big institutions with the most robust cybersecurity procedures find it tough to protect themselves from every threat. The silver bullet, of course, referring to how banks should protect themselves. There are a few methods banking institutions should be following to best prepare themselves for imminent cybersecurity attacks, the first being risk assessment. Banks should conduct regular risk assessment to be the best prepared they can possibly be for a cybersecurity attack. Risk assessment might include penetration testing, which is when someone posing as a hacker tries to get inside a bank's computer networks to identify weaknesses with bank's employees' practices. This might include sending emails to employees containing phishing links that attempt to obtain personal information about clients or banking network passwords. According to Ron Huschlazer, the managing director for the IT Risk Services Group at the consulting firm BKD, 5 to 46% of bank employees will hand out usernames and passwords when asked to through phishing attempts. Along with risk assessment, banks should also develop a response team to combat inevitable cybersecurity breaches. The team should include officials from at least the legal department, the communications team, the information technology department, and human resources. These banks might also consider bringing someone with cybersecurity expertise to serve on the response team. The response team should run practice exercises, including top executives to test out the various scenarios of cyber attacks. You want to include top executives because a real breach will test the skills and resources of the upper levels of management and the board. The reason such preparedness is important is that cybersecurity is a business problem, not an IT problem. If, say, a bank experiences a denial of service attack, or the bank's website gets taken down, the business repercussions will be massive, even if only taken down for a day. While the response team should hear from the top cybersecurity chief at the bank, they shouldn't rely solely on management to tell them what to do. Banks should consider hiring an outside expert to serve on the board to teach everybody about procedures required to take should a breach occur. Banks should also consider a cyber liability insurance policy as part of their overall risk management strategy. Hiring a qualified insurance agent to help formulate this policy is definitely the right way to go. Alright, that is the show for this evening. Thank you very much for listening, and don't forget to tell your friends if you like it. If you really like the show, please consider giving us a good rating on iTunes, and with that, we'll talk to you again next week.